Good morning. This is a Get Up and Go breakfast show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
So, boss, I love looking out that window and the window shade is up and seeing that beautiful blue sky out there.
It is, yeah.
On a
It's
Monday.
Nice
Pretty
nice morning.
Pretty nice out there.
How cold did it get last night?
23 degrees.
That's what I thought.
The furnace was coming on.
I know. That's why I asked. The same thing was happening at our house. We kind of moved it, I think, like a lot of people did with the weather. We moved it, the temperature down, and it was still running.
I know.
At night. And I'm like, good grief, how cold did it get?
I have a vent underneath the bathroom sink. We got one of those pedestal sinks, so I kind of like that because when the heater's on in the morning and you're brushing your teeth, you can kind of feel the heat going. But this time of year, you wouldn't maybe think that it would be running as much as it was this morning. It's too bad we don't have a library to do for a heating and air conditioning.
Yeah, right.
Because right now it's doing both.
It is doing both. Yeah, you're right.
Not a lot of air conditioning, really. It was 59 yesterday.
Yeah.
So just having, I think that's probably a good thing, Brent,
Oh, yeah.
because with as dry as it is and the much needed moisture, it's good that it's not like unusually warm.
Yeah.
We got these cool temperatures going on. It's not raining, but we're not burning things up. So let's just hope that May showers bring us May flowers.
And less wind.
Oh, boy.
I'm tired of the wind, man.
Well,
Boy, it was windy over the weekend.
It was really windy. Now, the next few days are out of the north 10 to 15.
Oh, that's okay.
So that's pretty good.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good. So
I can take that.
trying to water some lawns and makes it kind of difficult because, you know, if you want to put a little spray up in the air, you don't know how far it's going to go.
Yeah.
So hopefully a little reprieve from the wind, that will help. It's not going to get real hot. And there is rain moving into the forecast midweek, towards the end of the week especially. So I don't know. Let's keep thinking, you know, that it's going to rain. And those weather guys and gals, they got to quit reducing the percentages as it gets closer to the rain event.
Yeah, that's the bad thing about reading the 5 to 7 day forecast. After you get past day 3, it's, take it with a grain of salt.
Right. So now we've discussed the weather like everyone else.
Yeah, right.
You can always talk about the weather.
Yeah, it is a universal topic, isn't it?
Usually don't disagree much on the weather.
No.
Well, this is what they're saying, and then you can blame it on them, on the forecasters. And as you say, sometimes people say, hey, Brent, why don't you make it rain? Get some rain in the forecast this week. I thought you said it was going to rain.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah,
But
we get that a lot.
as Brent said last week, folks,
We just read it.
we read the forecast. We're not meteorologists, and to be honest with you, half the time I can't remember what I read.
Yeah, I know. My wife asks me like every day. So Brent, what's the weather going to be like tomorrow? I don't know.
remember.
Well, didn't you read it like all day? Well, yeah.
I know, but we probably shouldn't tell our listeners that. We should tell them we know every detail, but
Right.
we're trying to be honest here, folks. We're going to have a little sip here of coffee. Good morning, Steve. Thanks for dropping a note in the box.
Of course, I can't remember anything anymore.
Well,
I think the problem. Do you have this problem? We have too much on our minds. Do you know what I mean? You're thinking about like 100 different things. I mean, the other day, I'm embarrassed to say this, but that's what we do. We make fun of ourselves here. I got up. I'm like, man, I got to go to the bathroom. Got up. Well, on my way to the bathroom, there were some things that needed done. And so I started doing this and I started doing that. Then I went back and I sat down and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I forgot to go to the bathroom. I got to go to the bathroom.
this is so weird because something just like that happened yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, and Joan says, oh, boy. Oh, no. Is this the beginning? Where, because I went
That's
to
what I'm thinking. I'm like, yeah, boy.
I went to the kitchen. I can't even remember what I was going to do. I got back and I sit down and Joan said, well, did you do what you said you were going to do? What did I say I was
Yeah.
going to do? I couldn't even remember what I went
know.
to catch him for.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going through these radio minds, but it's all swirling around. It's not really any one thing.
You got
How
it.
about you farmers and ranchers out there? I bet things are swirling for you a little bit. You were itching to get into the fields and get going here. We have these cool temperatures, and everybody has things. Got to go to a particular job. What's Monday going to be like? All those sorts of things. That's why we live it, right? That's why we do it.
That's right.
This is May Day.
Ah, yes. Ah, the days of growing up when you made the May basket.
Yeah.
And you went to drop it off at somebody's house, knocked on the door, and then ran away because you didn't want to get
Kiss.
grabbed and kissed. Unless, it was pretty little girl across the street or across the alley, then you'd pretend to fall.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
As you run away, you pretend to trip.
ooh, I
oh
fell.
no! Oh, rats, you got me.
But here's the thing, remembering what you're talking about, and there's folks out there going, yeah, I remember doing
Yeah.
that. After you fell the third or fourth time and they didn't catch you, that was a pretty good indication they didn't want to.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that exactly. Yeah, that was kind of a downer.
Kind of hurt.
Just open the door, grab the May basket, and just wave. Hope you're okay.
Can you folks kind of remember the May baskets? Because a lot of them you just use like not really a basket, but maybe a paper
Yeah,
cup.
like a big Dixie cup. I
Yeah.
think is what we used.
Yeah.
And then you'd put holes in the side
Yeah.
and take a what did they call
Fuzzy
those
stem,
things?
a fuzzy
Yes,
stem. What is it called?
Uh,
A fuzzy stick.
paper cleaner,
Pipe cleaner?
Oh man, what were those things called? People are just yelling at us right now, yelling at their radio, screaming the name at us.
They're fuzzy. And,
Yeah.
And you can bend them. They're kind of
Exactly.
got wire in them.
Yes.
And that made your handle,
Uh-huh.
right? And
Yes.
And then you put, there was just kind of seemed like a theme on the candy you put in, too. They were kinds of candy you can kind of remember on May Day.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you had some leftover Valentines with a little heart. Would you be mine?
Yeah. I don't think kids really do May baskets anymore. At least we're, going around town and dropping them off on the front step.
Dorothy Lynch, you remember Dorothy?
Oh, yes.
Dorothy, for many years on May Day, we would come to work and there would be May basket or baskets out at the front door of the radio station. Dorothy would do that. Miss Dorothy, she was a great gal.
Yes.
Hey, speaking of that, our neighbor's back.
Oh, is Peg back?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
Okay.
I heard yesterday we were going on a walk and an adjacent neighbor told us that Peggy's back at her house, and I don't know how many people knew this, but she ran into some health problems and ended up out of town, and they decided that she could come home with some assisted care. So our neighbor's back in the neighborhood, and we're glad to hear that, Peg. If you're listening,
Fantastic.
welcome back.
Yes.
And Peg, now that you're back, I've got all those certificates that you won over the past few months on trivia at my house. And I think those will come in handy for you. You're going to have somebody helping you. Maybe they can go pick something up for you. But we've got those for you. And it's good to have you back in the neighborhood.
That's assuming, Peg, that we don't forget to bring them over, because
Well, I haven't
we may we'll probably go, hey, Dave, let's take those over to Peg. Sure.
Yeah.
And then the next day I'll roll around. Did we ever take those things over to? No, we forgot.
Well, I was feeling bad when Peg had to leave town. I thought, well, geez, I never got the certificates over there. They've been on the counter for weeks. So we'll get them over there. This is also Global Love Day,
Global Love Day.
a worldwide celebration of love.
Oh.
Whether you hug a neighbor or a tree, it's entirely up to you. School Principal Day.
All right. Okay.
Now, this is CBS's words, so don't get mad at me, but it said, if you happen to get called to the principal's office today, Don't forget to bring a cake or something with you. It's National Principals Day. Now, their role has changed quite a bit over the years, from once administrating the strap to now running the school administration. Public school principals are apparently a big mystery. The only fun fact that CBS was able to find is that the average age of a principal in the United States is 48.
Oh, that's
Why
interesting.
so mysterious? Question mark.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. We had principals that, yes, they would administer the strap, speaking from personal experience, but they also had administrative duties as well.
Now, we've got great principals in this area.
Yeah.
So happy School Principals Day to all of you principals.
Yes. National Chocolate Parfait Day. One of my personal favorites.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You like the chocolate parfait, do you?
I like the ones at the Dairy Queen. Have you ever had one of those?
Yes.
The peanut parfait?
Yeah, the peanut buster parfait.
Oh, baby.
Oh, yeah, I've had one of those.
That fudge at the bottom, you work all
That's
the way
good.
down there, and you get there, and it's just wonderful.
Yeah.
And the peanuts along the way.
I don't think that's the same thing.
I
but
don't
yes,
care.
I'm with you. Let's go celebrate with one of those.
It's also a serious note here, Melanoma Day. Boy, this fact is kind of an attention getter. Skin cancer is the most common cancer in America. So grab a mirror and give yourself a thorough once-over for any strange new moles or marks. And don't forget the sunscreen. 1 in 5 Americans develop skin cancer by the age of 70. And I think a lot of people you talk to have had some things removed or had some sort of a pre-cancer or melanoma. So and we're in the sun a lot in this part of the country. And like today, there's a lot of sun out there, even if it's not hot. So I think that's most of the days here. Tim McGraw celebrating a birthday today.
Oh, yeah. How old is Tim?
Tim is 56. He now co-stars with his wife, Faith Hill, in the Yellowstone prequel, 1883.
1883, yep.
Ray Parker Jr.,
Who you going to call? Ghostbusters.
69 today.
All right. Oh, you're going to play Ghostbusters, aren't
No,
you?
we
Come on,
did that
Dave.
a while back.
Oh, we did?
Rita Coolidge is 78 today. My goodness, Grammy-winning singer-songwriter known for her hits Higher and Higher and We're All Alone and the James Bond theme, All-Time High. Also, Judy Collins celebrating her birthday today. She is 84 years young. She was the inspiration for the classic Crosby, Stills, and Nash hit Sweet Judy Blue Eyes. But on her own, she was iconic singer-songwriter, best known for her cover of Both Sides Now. So those are some birthdays for you to celebrate. We might pull up a little music off of one of those artists later on in the show.
Yeah. When there's something strange.
No, not that one.
In the neighborhood. Who you going to call, Dave? Ghostbusters.
Folks, how do I do it? I know a lot of you folks out there think, how does Brent put up with Dave every day? Well, it's a two-way street. People are pipe cleaner.
Pipe cleaner. Okay. All right.
That come from Pearl.
Right.
And
Thank you, Pearl.
And Steve. And Denise said, good morning from out in Colorado. Good morning, Denise. Tell Kent hi. School lunch menus, I don't even have them in my hand.
I don't think we have any, Dave. We went to a new month today.
Yes.
I
Okay.
don't think we've got them put together yet.
All right, we'll catch up on those.
Okay.
Kristen will gather those up and do the best she can to put them together for us with all the different websites and some.
How many more weeks would we have those?
Not very many.
Yeah.
Geez, maybe a couple. Yeah. Some of the seniors are getting out probably this week.
I think so.
All right, we will be visiting with Custer County Economic Development Corporation today. We have grocery cart specials to bring you yet this half hour. And we'll have another guest in that we'll tell you about later on this morning. I have a few live reads, breakfast show live reads that we're going to be covering. Let's see here. Let's do this. We want to spice it up a little bit and get some heavy production in on the show. So, listen to this.
Your mornings sound better.
If you're driving in the car on the way to work, it just makes your day more enjoyable just listening to it.
The Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN.
We'll play the game next.
Okay.
and give away a prize, right?
Yes, here's your chance to win a free personal pan pizza, one topping from Pizza Hut. All right, our questions are having to do with the Louisiana Purchase because it was made on April 30th, 1803. Here's your question. What country owned the land before France?
Before France.
Before France. The Louisiana Purchase. Which country owned the land before France?
Well, I can answer that.
Oh,
The
okay.
Native Americans, silly.
Oh, well, I don't think that's one of the choices, but
Why is it not?
I don't know. Here are the choices: England, the Netherlands, Spain, or Italy. What country owned the land that made up the Louisiana Purchase before France? Your choices are England, the Netherlands, Spain, or Italy. If you know, call us at 872-2801.
Ready to get your garden and flower beds going for the season? Make your way to the beautiful Sun Valley Landscaping in Ansley. Chas and her staff have worked hard to offer you a great variety of plants for any space. From vegetables for your garden to hanging baskets for your porch and trees and shrubs as well. Go explore the greenhouse Monday to Saturday 10 to 5 and Sunday noon to 5. Located east of the fire hall off Highway 2 in Ansley, Sun Valley Landscaping.
With spring activities just getting underway, you may be experiencing some aches and pains. Call Team Physical Therapy at 872-5111. We offer state-of-the-art equipment and techniques to help you recover from back injury, muscle strain, or surgery. Call your movement rehabilitation specialist at 872-5111 or check us out at any of our locations in Broken Bow, Burwell, Gothenburg, Kearney, or Callaway. Let Team Physical Therapy get you back into shape for spring. 872-5111.
7:48. We have a caller on the line. Good morning. Who are we talking to?
Rain.
How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Well, I'm good. Are you on your way to school today?
Yep.
Oh boy. Oh boy. How much school do you have left? Are you getting out pretty soon?
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
Nice.
So do you have a job this summer? Are you working somewhere? Or what are you going to do? Play and go swimming or what?
Me and my grandma are gonna garden.
Oh,
Nice.
that's a good hobby to have. That's a good hobby. Here's Brent with your question.
Okay, what country owned the Louisiana Purchase land before France did? Is it England, the Netherlands, Spain, or Italy? What do you think?
England.
No.
All right. Well,
Okay, so
keep
we've
trying.
taken England out of the equation. Okay? Here's your choices. Listen close. The Netherlands, Spain,
Spain?
that's Spain, Spain, and then the other one's Italy.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Spain.
Spain, you got it. Well done. Hey, because you've answered correctly, we got a certificate that's going to get you a free personal pan pizza from Pizza Hut. So you just come on out when you can, and we'll have your certificate for you, okay?
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
7:49. Love our younger listeners. Encourage the kids to call in. We really love it.
Tuning into the high school football game, monitoring the incoming storm, catching your favorite country music. These are just a few of the reasons more than 80 million Americans depend on AM radio each month. Did you know AM radio is the backbone of the emergency alert system, keeping the public safe in dangerous times? No matter what the reason, KCNI Pure Country is here to serve you. We encourage you to text AM to 52886 and tell Congress we need AM radio in vehicles. Text AM to 52886.
As we mentioned earlier, it's Tim McGraw's 56th birthday. So here's Tim.
grocery cart. Also, the Dakota brand skinless Franks for the big package, $8.98 this week. Bar S corn dogs for the package, $6.98. I can't believe it's not butter. It's on sale for the tub, $3.98 this week. Also, Daisy sour cream on sale for $3.48. And Daisy cottage cheese is on sale for $3.48 as well. Best Choice shredded cheese, 2 packages for $4 this week. Also, the Kraft grated Parmesan cheese, 8-ounce container, $3.75. Chobani Greek yogurt is on sale this week, 3 for $4. Sunny D, if you like Sunny Delight, it's on sale, $1.78. And the Homemaker orange juice, 2 for $6 this week. Love going to the frozen foods. Let's be honest. Sometimes you're in a hurry, or you come home and you're like, man, I don't want to cook. Let's just throw in a pizza. Well, here we go. Red Baron pizzas are on sale for $4.28. Banquet basic meals, 4 for $5. Banquet fruit pies are on sale in the frozen food section, 4 for $5. Bob Evans biscuits, 4 for $5. Totino's pizza rolls, 2 packages for $3. And the Pick Sweet roasting vegetables are on sale for $2.98 for the bag. Hey, who doesn't like ice cream, right? The Big Kemp's pails of ice cream are on sale this week for $6.98. Blue Ribbon ice cream novelties for the package, $5.98 this week. And Blue Ribbon ice cream, 4 varieties, on sale for $5.98. Now, the Blue Ribbon ice cream, those are those little cups. You know, the little cups you can get chocolate, strawberry. They're on sale, $5.98 for the package. Let's see. Country Heart Dakota 12 grade grain bread on sale for $3.50 for the package. Heinz Squeeze ketchup bottles on sale for $2.88. And Heinz yellow mustard bottles are on sale for $2.88. Campbell's tomato or chicken noodle soup, $1.68 for the can this week. Dole pineapple juice, the 46-ounce can, $2.98. Hawaiian Punch, selected varieties on sale for $2.98. Ragu pasta sauce, the 24-ounce jar, $1.78. Kool-Aid Jammers, here you go for the kids. Kool-Aid Jammers form 2 packages for $5. Old Orchard apple cocktail juice, 64-ounce bottle on sale for $2.28. Kraft macaroni and cheese, premiums or shapes, just $1.13 for the box this week. Best Choice hamburger dill slices, 2 16-ounce jars for $4. Pillsbury brownie mix on sale, selected varieties, $1.68 for the package this week at the grocery cart. And let's see, some things in the bakery. Olson's Angel Food Bar, $2.98. Frosted Sugar Cookies, a dozen for $6.48. J. Skinner Danish Strips, 2 for $7. And Tofean, am I saying that right? Bagels, 4 varieties for the 20-ounce package, 2 for $5 this week. Just some of the specials that you'll see this week at the grocery cart in Broken Bow. Overlooked produce, let's go there quick before we wrap it up. Let's see, extra fancy Pink Lady apples, $1.48 a pound. Red ripe strawberries, $3.98 for the package this week. Dole golden pineapples, 2 for $6. Slicing cucumbers, get 3 of them for $2. And red radishes, 2 for $3 this week. Jalapeno peppers, 98 cents a pound. Fresh limes, 2 for $1. Sweet Vidalia onions, 98 cents a pound. And Roma tomatoes on sale for $1.08 a pound this week at the grocery cart.
And don't forget about the product with points, the rewards program at the grocery cart. Couple of examples right now. Arm & Hammer baking soda. You get 300 points for purchasing the 16-ounce box. Minute Maid orange juice, 600 points. And ice right now, you can get 5 pounds of ice, and that will get you 400 points. And the list goes on and on of all those rewards. on products that you can use, pickles and cheese and all sorts of things. Here I'm looking at that you can get points on. Of course, you can use those points to get more items at the store at no charge, or you can take those points to Casey's and get discounts on your gas. It's all available at the Grocery Cart, who are open 7 days a week for your convenience. East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Special Report. Welcome to Chase, First Republic customers. The former rival will be taking care of business at First Republic beginning this morning after the troubled bank sold all of its deposits to head off the possibility of collapse. CBS's Jill Schlesinger says it's different than the last two bank failures.
In Silicon Valley Bank, there was a real question because there wasn't a purchaser for Silicon Valley Bank. So the government had to come in and say, wait, all the depositors are safe and we are insuring everyone. They don't have to do it this time because JP Morgan Chase is coming in.
Signature also collapsed this year. This morning, the Treasury declared the U.S. banking system sound and resilient. Banking consultant Bert Ely.
I think they've got most of the big problems taken care of, but it's not to say that there won't be another one or two large failures. A lot depends on how much higher the Federal Reserve pushes interest rates.
First Republic shares down about 45% pre-market. CBS News Special Report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
In Nebraska news, the Clay County Sheriff's Office and the Nebraska State Patrol are investigating a stabbing death that occurred in Harvard Saturday evening. At around 8 p.m. Saturday, the Clay County Sheriff's Office received a 911 call reporting a stabbing at a residence on the 500 block of 4th Avenue in Harvard. The Sheriff's Office responded and located one person with multiple stab wounds. The person, identified as Christoph Gonzalez, age 30, of Harvard, was transported to Mary Lanning Hospital in Hastings, but passed away on the way to the hospital. A preliminary investigation shows that Gonzalez had been involved in a fight with another person when a third person intervened and stabbed Gonzalez. The third party, a 24-year-old male, remained on the scene and was taken into custody by the Clay County Sheriff's Office. The Sheriff's Office then requested assistance from the Nebraska State Patrol for the investigation. No charges have been filed as the investigation remains ongoing. The Clay County Sheriff's Office is the lead investigating agency.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In the NBA playoffs, we had a Game 7 and a Game 1. The Warriors beat the Kings in Sacramento 120-100. Steph Curry had a career playoff high 50 points for Golden State. It's the most points ever scored in a Game 7 in NBA history. Golden State takes the series 4 games to 3. They'll face the Lakers in round number 2. Heat over the Knicks 108-101 in their second round series opener. Jimmy Butler led Miami with 25 points. Did suffer an ankle injury in the fourth quarter. His status for Game 2 is unknown. NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, a pair of Game 7s. Panthers shocked the Bruins in Boston 4-3 in overtime. Florida takes the series 4 games to 3. They were down 3-1 in the series. They'll face Toronto in round 2. Boston set an NHL regular season record for wins and points in a season, and they're now out in round number 1. Kraken beat the Avalanche in Denver 2-1. Seattle takes that series 4 games to 3. They advance to face Dallas in round number 2. For Colorado, your defending Stanley Cup champs are out in round number 1.
Here's your weatherology forecast. High temperatures working up into the mid-60s for today under lots of sunshine. Then for tonight, mostly clear skies, dropping back to lows in the upper 20s. Tuesday, our stretch of sunny weather looks to continue with highs reaching 69. Even warmer conditions on Wednesday in the upper 70s with sunny skies. Thursday, highs approaching 80 degrees. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
Whether you love them or can't stand them, surprises are a part of life. Hi, I'm Janet Lawhorn.
And I'm Tim McCaslin.
Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, and we can help you get ready for whatever life throws at you, even the welcome surprises. As your needs change, we can change what you need to do to help you end up where you want to be. And while there is never a good time to experience unexpected costs, we can work together to help you make them feel a little less unexpected. Call us at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
5 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. It's 36 degrees outside under a sunny sky here at Broken Bow. Winds are out of the west-northwest, about 5 and 6 miles per hour. Barometric pressure rising at 30.04. Humidity at 68%. Our high yesterday was 59, an overnight low of a chilly 23 degrees. Sunset today at 8:35. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:35, and no measurable precipitation so far this month, but it's only the first day, so keep your chins up.
I shouldn't even ask this, but I'm going to.
Mm-hmm.
Have we even had an inch in the last 2 months combined?
No.
Didn't think so.
No. Don't believe so. I don't think we've had any real moisture since the blizzard.
Oh, my.
Or since that big snow came and we were, complaining but happy about it, because it did leave some moisture, but I think that's the biggest amount we've had. And since then, it's been very, very sparse. Mr. Keith Ellis is here from the Custer County Economic Development Corporation.
Holy cow.
Good Monday morning to you.
Top of the day, top of the morning, top of something.
Yeah. It's a good day out there.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a nice Monday. Winds aren't going to blow us halfway to Texas today.
Weekend. Wow.
Yeah, it was. We tried to go for a walk, and he was walking sideways part of the time. Kind of tough, wasn't it? Well, how's things going at the shop?
Going good. I just want to start by making a comment about the Rotary Conference this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We had people from 7 states here. It was just amazing, and someone you'll remember, Robin Kuzer sang at the end of the conference Saturday night, and Robin, amazing voice, and I had an opportunity to introduce him, but he you could just remember that sound from Robin and that deep voice, and so that was a really enjoyable moment to have him come and sing.
Yeah, he's an alumni. In fact, he's an honored alumni, I believe.
Yeah, he's chair emeritus or something like that with the Hastings College of Music. So that was fun.
That was good memories. They lived down the block from us when we were kids. And,
yeah. Okay, sure.
Yeah, he was always a good neighbor, good friend.
Yeah. Well, they put on a heck of a conference. The Rotary group worked really hard and very successful. Just had under 200 people, and
fantastic.
And all the credit goes to, of course, Deb McCaslin and Norm and not all, but most of the Rotary.
Nelson, we had some guests in Friday. One from Houston, one from Chicago. Very nice ladies. So well traveled, and the experiences that they had and they discussed with us was pretty darn amazing. And to have, I'm sure, many more people like that in one room had to be
it was really dynamic.
Good.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So that was a lot of fun. So that just brings me to, May 1st, the barns opened for tourism, and so Rick hosted a volunteer, I think it was a luncheon a week or two ago, and had the most attendees at that, the volunteers for that. So they're geared up now. It should be open today, and it's a passport stop, so should see lots of traffic coming through town.
Mm-hmm.
And it's tourism's it's an industry of income, because if you can get them to stay overnight, it's something. In the old days, it was like $143 a night, motel rooms and food, and now I'm sure it's got to be over 200 or way over that. So the marketing we've done marketing and for that to get people through here. And I always used to call it kitchen table marketing, because they usually are trying to make their decisions of where they're going to go at the kitchen table, so you try to get that information to them ahead of time. And of course, what's going on out here in the beautiful Sandhills, and especially this time of year, it's just usually just gorgeous. I'm sure it's probably dry this year, but the green meadows out there up there by, of course, the Dismal, which is one of my favorite rivers in the world. It's beautiful, and so tourism is up and going, and Rick's got the volunteers. Rick Moss, kudos to him. He works so hard with that group. So
he works hard, period, with that barn and the group and so forth. And he had to round up, as you say, more volunteers than ever before, because this is an early start because of the passport program, right?
That's right. That's why they started earlier. Yeah. So to get those accolades out there, because they're well deserved. As far as what we're doing for the CEDC right now, of course, housing. We've talked about housing every time, and so we're continuing to move forward with that. And it's just a slow process. We're working with the City of Broken Bow on the TIF applications now for 2 locations, and so you don't see a lot of quick progression with the housing. It just takes that process, and I had a good meeting with the people in the Sargent Economic Development last week, and they're really interested in doing some things in Sargent, and we're going to be applying for another trust fund grant, which was one of the first ones we had. Next year it'll be for 24 months, and so that'll come up this fall. We'll be submitting another trust fund grant, and that's got the income qualifications to it, and the price of the home, and so that changes every year what those levels are. But so we'll be doing that, and we're working on a big project up there by the hospital. We've got 31 lots that we're trying to get TIF funds to actually do all of the infrastructure to it, which will reduce the cost of the infrastructure for the lots. So we're trying to get those lots from around $70,000 a lot to less than 10.
Wow.
Yeah. And so it's an aggressive approach we're taking. We want to get 5 to 10 homes a year built on those lots, and so then we're, of course, anytime we can find some more lots or acres available, we're looking to negotiate on that as well. So it's never ending, just like workforce recruitment, which you've been involved with, Dave, and it's never ending. We're right now on our workforce recruitment. We're working with all of the schools and their alumni to do an email campaign. We got to acquire all the emails, the first thing we got to do, but do an email campaign to all of the alumni with our focus of these are people who have those rural roots.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how far or how long ago they lived here, they still have those rural roots, and if they have kids, they know this is a great place to raise kids, and so we're doing that. We're really going to put an effort together this summer with the reunions to get and acquire email addresses, and we're working. We've got a technology group that's working on some means of applications for the younger people to market to them. Again, the rural roots, and our theme is from cowboys to chemists. We have it all in Custer County, and that's really a picture of who we are.
It's true, yeah.
And one of the things that we always try to do, no matter where you live, but especially in rural areas, there's a perception that you're rural, you're not really up to date, you just don't have that urban kind of diversity of workers, and I can tell you we do. And that's what we're trying to do, is to get that real story out there, not the perceptions, but the real story of how diverse we are in our workers in this area. And that will tell people especially with all the work that's been done in economic development over the last 10, 15 years, the development of Broken Bow and Custer County, and all the communities are doing great things. And so we need to capture that and use that energy and market that and tell the story that we really are I don't know what you even call it, a rural urban community life.
Yeah.
And so, we have you can walk safely in our communities anywhere. You don't really even need a walking path. Sometimes there are those available, but and the lakes and ponds, we're hour and a half away from lakes and hour and a half away from entertainment if you want to do something other than what we offer here. And which brings me to one other thing we're doing, and that is we're working with the chamber, and the chamber is the lead on this, but it's a partnership with the CEDC, the City of Broken Bow, and the City Library are partners in a project, a creative district project. And I'm not sure we've said too much about it lately, but we're in the middle of the workbook session of the assessment of becoming a creative district. And what is a creative district? It's from the Nebraska Arts Council, and what we're trying to do is to bring more arts, more humanities to our community, Broken Bow, but also the funds. Eventually, you can get funds, and the funds can be used for facilities, even sidewalk repair, facility upgrades. Our theme is the bandstand on the bricks, and the reason for the bricks is because of the when Broken Bow first settled, one of the first industries south of Broken Bow was a brick manufacturer, and so some of those buildings on the east side of the square are bricks from that place.
Wow, that's amazing.
So that's why it's bandstand on the bricks. Of course, we have such a beautiful square, downtown square. So there'll be like a 4-block, 6-block radius, depending on how we design it. We're working on that designated map right now, and so what you'll see, we'll have town hall meetings. We'll talk about what we should be doing, what kinds of things, and think big. One of the things I'm thinking is we need to have a national event here in Broken Bow, and this national event would be to celebrate our Western heritage with Western storytellers, melodramas, rodeos, all of the things, and bring in we would want to bring in people from all over the country and all over the world. And you have to think that way today. You just can't think in that smaller box anymore. And so that's one of the things I'm thinking of, is suggesting to the group, is to let's have a national event and use some of those funds to do that. And with that, you can do so many things and raise so much money for different things that your community needs. So that's one of the things we're doing now, is to work with the chamber, who's taken the lead on, and Stephanie's done a great job getting that started.
That's a very important part of it. I would ask you to, I heard your voice on Grant's story concerning the school input meeting the other day, and I wondered if you had some thoughts on that. I heard you making some comments that he used during his story about about the perception of people coming into town. They look at the hospital, they look at the school, they look at the pool, that sort of thing. Yeah, thoughts on that you want to pass along?
Well, that's, again, you got to think bigger than what we think we are. And I've worked with over 32 site consultants from all over the United States with sites. And the first things they look at before they even come to town is, what is your hospital like, and what is your school system like? And now the third one is the workforce. And so, but those first two are so important, and people have to understand that that's an investment like watering your yard. When you think about it, you have to continue to, if you want to grow that grass, you got to keep watering it. And it's not any different with the school system. If you want to have a good school system, you want to have the quality that you want your kids to graduate from high school, whether it's to go out and get a job locally, regionally, or go on to a community college, a tech school, or a college university. You've got to their product is the student they put out and graduate. And so if you don't have a good school system that feeds the industries and the potential industries you have here, you do not compete, period. You're off the list immediately. Economic development, when it comes to recruitment, is staying on the list. And because it's easy to get off the list because you're competing against other people who have school systems with facilities, hospitals with facilities, and you have that kind of community culture of doing the right things. And this is what this, I'm not sure what the bond issue should be yet. I need to think about it more. But I think that what we have to do is take care of our facilities, the physical part of that, but also one of the things, because of the nature of our business here, we need to have a really successful, highly technical CTE program here with facilities. And so because we have to take care of our existing businesses. If we don't take care of our existing businesses with these kinds of facilities, with the technical side of things that brings out that new labor force, grows our labor force locally, we're done. We are done. And so those people who are thinking, well, they're set on, well, if they put this in the bond issue, I'm not going to vote for it, or I'm just not going to vote for it because of the taxes. The taxes never go down. They always go up. And so if you're thinking, well, we'll just wait, we'll shove it under the rug and just wait, we'll just keep waiting. There's a clock ticking, and so you eventually have to pay for it one way or another. And so those people who, and I respect their opinions that they don't think that they need to pay for that in the school system, are really short-sighted, because first of all, our kids deserve the best education and opportunities we have. We need to make sure that we hold the school board accountable to make sure they're doing that, and we need to make sure that community is in partnership with education to make sure that we are moving forward in a path that we both agree on. And the meeting I went to at Kincaid's that night was, and I didn't go to the last one, but it obviously there is a strong sentiment that we have to do something. Now the question is, what do we do? And so I think that's what they're trying to do, is find out what they should be doing. But if it's cost your way, if it's cost that's a no vote, then you're not watering the grass. And so it's inevitable that those costs are going to come up. It's inevitable. And so okay, I guess got my passion out there.
Yeah, well, I asked you the question because you were there, and I could tell, I think, from the comments that were in the story that, you were alluding to some of the things you just talked about.
Yeah.
Certainly, the students' grade averages and academic performance is a huge part of that.
Yes, it is.
One of the arguments would be, well, bricks and mortar don't necessarily mean a great education. So, there's that side of it too. But I think your points are well taken. I also remember Mr. Tobey mentioning in the story that maybe the first time around they didn't get it communicated like they needed to. So I assume there'll be more efforts to try to get more clarity when this comes up again. But appreciate your thoughts.
Well, I'll just make one final comment. I lived in Scottsbluff for a long time. Scottsbluff, they were due to do an upgrade, a renovation of their high school. And so the first thing they did was they thought about their employers in their community. And I'll be quick here.
Sure, you're right.
But what they ended up doing is they did a completely remodel of their high school, and they used the Career Academies format. And so what they've done is, throughout their entire curriculum, has to do with some career development. And so what they did was they put in and they're a lot larger school, but they put in a commercial kitchens for training chefs. They put in they expanded their industrial arts program and their Voc Tech program out there with facilities, and even their English, in their readings curriculum, they read manuals for different things. And so that's to one extreme. I mean, I'm not saying that's what we should be doing here, but that's how we should be thinking here, because you only get a shot at it once in a lifetime to make an impact like that. And so I guess part of me is because I've been out and around. I've been around to lots of communities and lived in lots of places, and the bottom line is your community has to be committed, and bricks and mortars is part of it. But more than anything, it's leadership, risk, and vision, and putting together, in this case, a curriculum that benefits the employers of our community and the future employees of our community. That's the bottom line. Plus, of course, they always have the students that go off to college and do those things, and more power to them. This just helps enhance that.
Yeah.
So,
thank you. I'm glad you.
That's a long answer. What?
No, well, it's an important subject, and I know there's more to come on it, right? Yeah.
Lots more to come. Yeah.
All right, Keith. Thanks a lot for coming in. Appreciate
Well, thank you.
it.
Thanks for having me on.
Anytime. You're always welcome. We're kind of laid back here. You have something come up and you want to get on. All you got to do is call and say, Dave, can I get on? I'll probably say, what time do you want to get on? We'll make it work.
Well, thank you. That's nice to know.
We'll take a time out. Rita Coolidge is coming up. We talked about her having her 78th birthday. We're going to play one of her most recent songs. I think she released it last year. Might kind of surprise you. That's coming up next.
Let's see. If something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something.
And I'm sure that there was a lot of networking going on, and I'm sure it was a great time.
Yes, it is. When you get that group together, there's a lot of great ideas. You know, presidents and president-elects, even, they get together and like ideas of what works for your club, what can we bring in for our club, or, you know, here's what our club does. And a lot of great people, a lot of very selfless people, you know, they want, what can we do for others?
Yeah.
What needs done?
Well,
So-
that brings us back to what Rotary is, service above self, right?
Yes.
We had a couple of ladies come in and visit with us on Friday, one from Chicago, one from Houston, I think.
Yes.
How many different, you probably, maybe you don't know, how many different states were represented here?
7.
Do you have 7?
Yes.
Wow, that's
Yes.
great.
Yep, there was 180. I don't know the exact number. I can't remember if it's 180 or 188 people there, 7 states represented. And then we did have the Youth Interact kids were there as well. There was one from Brazil, 2 from Germany, one from Portugal. I can't remember where the other one was from.
Wow.
So we even had other countries represented.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And,
Yes.
you know, not to, another, I think, neat part about it was able to spotlight this area.
Yes.
Can you just share with what maybe some of the folks were saying about the area and coming to visit?
Yep. So I unfortunately wasn't there very long.
Sure.
But the comments that I had heard was, I can't believe how great of an area this is. So well manicured, and everybody just comes together and wants to help everybody. A great community. And a lot of them were like, there's only 3 stoplights in Broken Bow. Yes.
Hey, we were
Yes.
excited to have those when they put them in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, yes, very complimentary of Broken Bow.
Yeah.
So
Great. Well, it sounds like it was a great weekend, and now I guess probably part of it from the Broken Bow Rotary standpoint is maybe taking some of these ideas that you got over the weekend and putting them to work.
Yes.
Maybe, huh?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. So what are some of the things on the horizon as we move into the spring and with the summer coming up?
Yep. So, of course, we have our annual golf tournament, June 16th, out at the golf course.
Sorry, let me write that down.
That's okay.
That the 2-person one?
Yes.
Oh, man, I love this thing.
Yeah.
Just 9 holes again this year?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think
and
so.
If you want more
In the
information,
afternoon.
Casey Johnson is the one to get a hold
She'd
of.
be the-
Oh, I know
She-
Casey. All right.
Yeah. And we have a pollinator garden project going in at the fairgrounds. So we're working on that. And then we will have a burger bash as well. Believe that's June 22nd. We have one for teammates that we're helping with, one for Rotary, and then one for the Ag Society. So
wow.
the dates are, I know it's June 15th, 22nd, and 29th. I'm pretty sure the Rotary one is the 22nd.
Well, we'll just encourage people to go all 3
3,
weeks.
yes.
Just go right in a
Yeah.
row.
Yes.
You've
Always
got-
delicious.
Yeah, you've got dinner
Yeah.
taken care of for 3 straight weeks.
That's right. And it's
There we go.
fairly reasonably priced.
Very. Yeah.
So,
Can you talk more about the pollinator garden just a little bit? Because I know that, I mean, that kind of hits 2 of the main areas that you're involved in.
It does.
At the fairgrounds with the Ag Society and
Yep.
with Rotary.
yes. So this project came about last year. And from what I understand, I sat in on a webinar as far as like what a pollinator garden is, because I didn't know. So we are planting flowers to attract, and I know this sounds horrible, but bees and, you know,
That sounds nice.
things we don't want around. So we did speak for some playground equipment that will hopefully be out at the park area. That is also where the pollinator garden is going. Some of my board members were like, oh, that sounds like a great idea. Bees and kids. What a great mix.
Well, I think one thing about the pollinator gardens is they actually stay pretty close inside the garden itself, so you don't have a lot of residual. You know, if there's nothing else for them to go to, they'll probably stay pretty tight
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is, so we do have a pathway flagged that will, right now we're just going to put it in mulch just because cement's pretty permanent and a little bit more expensive. So you can go out there and see like the pathway. The actual garden will be towards the south end of that park. So hopefully it won't be right next to the playground equipment, but there is a path marked if you want to go walk around, and hopefully we'll be planting flowers and getting that all in the works here soon.
All right.
Wow, that's quite a project.
Yeah.
I know you guys have regular meetings. When is the next meeting coming up? And maybe talk about some of the things you have planned with those.
Yep. Wednesday is our next meeting. It's the first and third Wednesdays of the month. Normally at the hospital at noon. The meeting on I'm looking at my June calendar. That's May 17th. We will actually be out at the golf course, just seeing what the golf course has to offer. But normally it's at the hospital at noon. Anyone is welcome to come join.
You mentioned the one at the golf course. You're going to play a round of golf. I might come over and attend that meeting.
Well, maybe we should. I don't golf, so you guys can.
Well,
Okay,
neither
there you
do
go.
we.
Yeah.
We
yeah,
try.
exactly. Yeah. It's all
It's
relative.
not exactly golf when we
Yeah.
play it, but yeah.
I golf on the Wii, if that counts.
Oh, that's a good start.
I do too, actually. We still have a Wii. I'm really
do
good
too.
at golf and bowling. How good are you
Yes.
at bowling? Are you a pro?
Not
at
a
bowling?
pro, but
Not
I'm
quite?
pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah. We might have to have a game
We
sometime.
do, yeah. That'd be great.
Oh, boy, that sounds like fun. I'd like to watch that.
Yeah. Anything else from a Rotary standpoint,
I don't
Michelle, that you
think
wanted to
so.
mention? Or
Nope. If anyone ever has any questions, they can reach out. Any of the Rotary members, and Deb is great about answering questions. She has all the information. So we'd love to have you, and we can answer questions if we can.
All right, sounds good. We had Keith Ellis in just a moment ago with the Economic Development Corporation, and he was. I felt like a lot of our conversation was about attracting people to the area, and to me, one of the things that attracts people to an area is how active the community is, and the backbone of that is volunteerism, isn't it?
It is.
And I know you see that through Rotary, but I know you also see it with what you do at the Ag Society.
Yes.
Can you just talk a little bit about the importance of volunteerism? Because I know you're right in the heart of that.
Yes. So for me, volunteering is huge. It takes a lot of people to do what is done everywhere, not just at the fairgrounds, but
Right.
anywhere. And it seems like it's getting, unfortunately, harder and harder to find the volunteers. So it is very important, step up and help if you can. And, it doesn't take a lot. Even if you can only offer 15 minutes or half an hour of your time, it still helps. Because it's huge. Without our volunteers, like at the fairgrounds even, we wouldn't get done what we do. So,
Yeah, great.
yeah.
And you're just really diving into the season full steam ahead out at the fairgrounds now.
Yes.
Something going on all the time. We live up by Fiesta Brava, and always on weekends I'll look across and here comes some horse trailers pulling in, and I think, well, they must be done with, the horse events out there, and they're coming in, and you see them downtown pulled and going to the other restaurants and fueling up and so forth. It's a big impact.
It is.
To have those going on. And I did listen to the grant story again on your last Ag Society meeting, and you guys got a lot of things in the works, a lot of decisions you're making, and exhaust for the barns and bathrooms and access, and I don't know, the list is way long, isn't it?
It is. It definitely is.
So-
Sometimes it makes your head spin. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. We need to sit down and focus for a minute.
Well, I mention this every time because I think your multitasking is pretty amazing, Michelle. But when does your term end for Rotary?
June 30th.
So that's coming up.
It is.
And you've been doing that and the Ag Society plus your family.
Yes.
And ranching. I don't know how you do it. I kind of worry about you, to be honest, but you seem to be holding up. But again, I think, folks, if you have any ideas how you could help out at the fairgrounds, I think Michelle would appreciate that, especially
Yes.
coming into these activities. If you
Yes.
like horses, you like these kind of events, and you want to come out and help open a gate or help put up gates, whatever the case may be, I know it would help you, wouldn't it?
It would,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Even if you like the gardening or flowers and stuff. I know I was looking at the park area going, oh, I need to get some flowers planted and some yard work. And so, yeah.
Yeah, or painting.
Yes.
And all of that sort of thing. So
Yes.
I know that Wednesday, I think you're going to announce a big announcement about the upcoming entertainment at the fair. So we don't
Yes.
expect you to tell us about the acts, but that's something to look forward to this week.
It
right?
is. Yes, Wednesday, 8:15.
All right.
And it'll be right here.
Yeah.
Casey and I, KBBN.
Kind of a media blitz, I think.
Yes.
So that's
yep.
great. That's
Across
great.
all stations.
Yeah, that's super. And
Yeah.
we're kind of, excited to find out, but we'll wait.
Yeah.
We'll wait till at 8:15 on Wednesday, won't we, Brent?
Okay. I guess I can wait.
Yes.
It will be music.
Yes.
It will be music.
It is music.
Okay.
Yep.
You can say that much.
I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else that you wanted to tell us this morning?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think we got it covered.
All right. Well, you guys, thanks a lot for all you do, and thanks for coming out. I know you're a
Thank
busy
you.
lady.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
You bet. We'll take a time out with these words on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Gary's Superfoods online at garysuperfoods.com. Shop with them and save on 85% lean ground beef, sold in a 10-pound tube for $3.59 a pound. 4-pound bags of Open Acres navel oranges and 3-pound bags of grapefruits or Cara Cara oranges are $3.99. Packages of blackberries and raspberries are 2 for $5. Don't forget they now stock delicious Billy Jack's frozen pizzas, or try their sushi as well. Gary's Superfoods, South B Street in Broken Bow.
Cattlemen, spring is here and things are starting to green up. But alongside the good green like pasture grass and trees come the bad greens. Musk thistles, mullenweed, buckbrush, and other weeds. Let Aero Aviation help you get the bad green under control this spring. They use the latest in aircraft and GPS technology and crop protection products while keeping the good green in your pocket. Call Casey, Melissa, or Kim today and schedule spring spraying with Aero Aviation, 872-5113.
It's time for the class of 2023 to receive their well-deserved diploma, closing one chapter of their lives, while at the same time opening another. Listen to KCNI KBBN Radio through May 12th as we continue to congratulate every senior from our listening area on their accomplishment, while also wishing them the best with their future plans. Thank you to businesses throughout the area for helping us give these kids a pat on the back on the radio. Senior Salutes, airing through May 12th, right here.
In the mornings, we don't have to fight over the radio because it's one station.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show.
Start checking items off your warm weather to-do list with the help of Ansley Lumber and Supply. They have the materials you need. LP Smart Siding, featuring premium Diamond Coat technology, will protect your home for years to come. To protect from the top, ask about shingles and other roofing options. Need to rework or build a deck? Ansley Lumber has great material options there too. Strong, high-quality materials to keep your home safe and strong for years, all from their friendly, knowledgeable staff to help you along the way. Ansley Lumber and Supply, Main Street, Ansley.
There's so much to celebrate right now at Bo Bootery, like moms and grads. Happy Mother's Day and congratulations, graduates. We have great gift ideas. Save 20% on sandals, flip-flops, Sabona magnetic bracelets, or purses and wallets. Let that special mom or graduate know how much they mean to you with a special gift from Bo Bootery. Located on the east side of the square in Broken Bow, we're proud to be your home-owned shoe store.
The AeroSeed Greenhouse is open with all of your favorite flowers and vegetable bedding plants and more. AeroSeed has economically priced garden seed, seed potatoes, and onion plants, and check out all the fun decorative items for your yard. AeroSeed has no-blow seed or mulch to keep weeds out and moisture in your flower beds. Potting soil to fill your own pots and planters, and garden tools and watering supplies to keep everything looking great. Make a trip today to the AeroSeed Greenhouse and Garden Center on North 10th Avenue in Broken Bow.
8:51, almost 8:52, and Jeremy Shipe is sitting in Brent's chair as Brent is in the studio with Michelle, and they're talking over the upcoming music that will be performed and the performers at the Custer County Fair this summer, which Jeremy is
right around the corner.
It's scary.
Feels like April went at an okay pace, but I just get this gut feeling that May's going to fly by. It usually does. You get into graduations, and you go to a couple of graduation parties, and sooner than later you're halfway through May, and you're wondering where it went.
Well, it's happened so many times, especially when it stays cool, and then all of a sudden you pop into summer, and all of it's June, and then in July we start talking about baseball tournaments and fair. Is usually in the tail end of July, and so it's once we get going, and then all the festivals, which we'll be promoting again this year as usual. So it's not too far away.
It was just in some of my social media memories yesterday. It was a few years ago, I think maybe 3 or 4 years ago, on April 30th, that we received that really slushy snow that fell at a pretty alarming pace, and it was very, very wet. And there was a video that I had posted to my personal Facebook page of just picking up some of the snow, and it was just so heavy and wet. It was just like as wet of snow as you could get, and that happened on April 30th. I think we got a few inches on that, and I thought, man, just think of how things change over a few years. We would just kill to get 3-4 inches of super wet, slow melting snow right now.
Yeah,
I think we'd take it.
Oh, we'd take it in a minute. As long as we kept the electricity on, we'd be happy with it. We didn't do any damage there. But
I think not many fields are. I've seen a few things being planted. I think a lot of the pivots that are on right now, from an outside perspective, are just being tested. I don't think anything. I haven't seen a ton of planters in the field, so I think we'd still get away with having like a late snowstorm would be okay. Get some more moisture in the ground, and then I'm sure within a week after that, the planters would be out there.
Yeah, I don't believe the soil temperature can be too very warm yet. It was 23 last night. So
and I forgot to turn my sprinkler system off, so I had a frozen yard this morning. So that's usually an indication it's still pretty cold out when you've got icicles everywhere.
Probably the guys don't want to run a pivot and freeze it.
No.
So we're going to get there. But this week, we were talking earlier, it's not going to be terribly warm. We'll see temperatures in the upper 60s and maybe 70 or so. But the good news, about midweek, they're going to start talking about another chance of rain coming in. And, as dry as April has been, we could really come back and do quite well if May would be good to us.
You know, it's one thing to be dry. It's another thing to be dry and windy. I don't know about you, but the wind is just exhausting me. We went to a doubleheader softball game in Lincoln on Saturday to watch one of Nicole's family members who plays college softball. And all we did was sit in a lawn chair and watch 2 games back to back.
Yeah.
And yesterday, you would have thought we ran a marathon. We were just wiped. It just took everything out of us.
Wind makes everything harder, and even relaxing, you know, or walking or mowing or whatever. I know the guys and gals out in the country doing farming and ranching. It's a longer day when the wind's blowing, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. So, all right, we're going to take a time out. We've got some Ruin Brothers for you right after these words.
There's a lot of uncertainty in ag and business today. One thing you can always count on, though, is Nebraska State Bank, looking for ways to help local ag producers and businesses be successful. Right now, NSB is running an ag and commercial equipment loan special that features a 6.49% fixed interest rate for qualified customers. You heard that right, a 6.49% fixed interest rate. Call one of their local experienced ag loan officers at 872-2466 to find out more about this limited time loan special. Nebraska State Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Congratulations, graduates, from your friends at Barney Health Mart in Broken Bow. No matter what your future plans are, they know you will pursue them with great effort. Don't forget about good health as you pursue your dreams. Barney Health Mart has the products you need and what you need when you're shopping for future gift-giving occasions. Go shop for your favorite graduate at Barney Health Mart in Broken Bow. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
It's that time of year, time to get plants in the ground. The Secret Garden is open every day in May. Weekdays 11:30 to 4:30, Saturday 8:30 to 4:30, and Sundays 1 to 4. Shop a variety of annual plants, succulents, cactus, home decor, antiques, Watkins, and more. Ephesians 4 verse 32 says, "Be kind to each other, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, just as God through Christ has forgiven you." The Secret Garden, 2 1/4 miles west of Myrna on Highway 92 and a half a mile north.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show with Dave and Brent.
Good morning.
57 to get started. Verdian Bank, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 473773, member FDIC.
9:05, 36 degrees outside under a sunny sky. Winds are out of the west-northwest this morning, but not as windy as it has been, which is something that's making everybody a little happier today, we would think. Brent Amperson just got back into the studio after a conversation that was recorded with Michelle, and she will be on the air Wednesday letting everybody out there know what acts are going to be performing at the Custer County Fair this year.
Yep.
Should be fun.
I now know, too.
You know.
But my lips are sealed.
Okay, don't tell me.
Yep, nope, won't tell anybody until Wednesday.
Because you know
So
I can't keep a secret, right?
Yeah, right. That's why I did the interview.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got a few things we're going to take care of this half hour. Got a little music lined up for you. I don't know how many of you yesterday happened to catch Michael J. Fox on CBS Sunday Morning Show. You know, and again, there's all kinds of heroes out there, but this guy is something else. I mean, his career was as big as anybody's with movies and his sitcom he was on, and his career was blossomed. And then he came down with Parkinson's disease. And he told Jane Pauley yesterday, who he has known for 30 years, that it's getting tougher all the time, but he still is very determined to do everything he can in the research of Parkinson's disease. And there's a special coming out, a document piece called Still, which will come out on Apple TV Plus on May 12th. I think it'll be worth watching. And it just shows him in his day-to-day life dealing with Parkinson's, with his family and with his work and so forth. And if you think, well, he's kind of pampered, he's just not that way. He just goes ahead with everything he wants to do to fight this disease. And he's had surgery on his spine because of falls. He's had surgery on his arms. He broke both arms, his elbows, and his face with accidents where he's fallen trying to get around to do these things. I'm just thinking that might be something you folks out there might be interested in, because he actually watched some of his movies, probably some of your favorites that he did back in the 80s, and he said he hadn't watched them for a long, long time. He said, you know what, I was pretty good. Enjoyed that. And he still has a great sense of humor. They show a piece in the film, a clip of it where he fell on a sidewalk and the guy was helping him back up, and he come up with a one-liner and everybody laughed. You know, he's just one of those guys that really sets the bar high for the rest of us. And he says, I'm not going to be 80 years old. I'm not going to be around much longer. So worth watching, Brent.
Yeah.
Well, let me just grab this over here and talk about the Garden Center in Broken Bow, Nebraska. Get back to a local side of things here. I know we're all itching to dig in the dirt, and you can do that. And there's ways that the Garden Center in Broken Bow can help you dig in the dirt. Maybe while we're wishing we were in the garden, we should take a look around the yard and say, hey, wait, I could put some rock in, I could put some mulch in, I could do some fix-up out in the yard and some landscaping and so forth. They have all the materials at the Garden Center for all of that, and they're open 7 days a week, 10 a.m. until 5:30 Monday through Friday, 10 until 4 on Saturdays, noon to 4 on Sundays. And their greenhouses are full, packed full. They added one a year or two ago, and they have vegetables, flowers, grasses, all sorts of potted plants, hanging plants. All the color that you'll see when you walk in will be worth just stopping in and smelling the flowers and seeing all the colors. They also have seed potatoes, onion sets, sweet corn seed, and jade green bean seed, just to name a few. And potting soil of high quality. They only carry the best, and they even carry the new raised bed garden soil for you folks who are working on, building a raised bed or already have them. Nice way to garden, and they have a special soil for that. If you have any questions about your gardens or your beds, they can help you with that and get you the right products, indoor and out. and follow them on Facebook to know when your favorite items have arrived. Take advantage of these nicer days this week and stop by and get ready to do some gardening. The Garden Center in Broken Bow, Nebraska, they're a block off the Highway 2, East Broken Bow. Easiest way to get there is turn at the dollar store, the new dollar store out there. Turn to the south, go 1 block, and take a right, and you'll drive right to it.
All right. Universal Insurance Agency, the Broken Bow office, looking for a client services representative. Are you looking for a job with perks you thought you could only dream of? Well, Universal Insurance in Broken Bow has those perks. 12 paid holidays, 100% employer-paid, employee-only health insurance, and a 401k with employer match. It's a Monday through Friday position. You work 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. If you're interested, you can apply by going to gtagroup.com and go to the Careers tab. Universal Insurance Agency, a division of GTA Insurance Group. Also, Universal Insurance reminds all of us, and certainly farmers, review and have the staff at Universal Insurance help look at your coverage. They can help you make sure that you are properly insured on all of your equipment and can help to make sure that your building values are at the appropriate levels before you get busy with planting season. Call Universal Insurance in Broken Bow at 872-6438 or stop into their office right off Highway 2.
Sorry, Brent.
You scared me.
Well, on the mouse here, there's a little button in the middle that you can click. And I discovered the hard way a few years ago. We just had this new system for a while, and they didn't really tell us about this option that was available. But if you have your mouse cursor on a song and you click this button, it plays up on the toolbar up top.
Oh.
I did not know that.
Huh?
So we're doing this big remote on Saturday out at Gateway Motors, and I'm back here engineering, and Emily was doing the remote. I can't remember who else was helping, and I got ready and I turned it over to them when we had an intro and everything, and then I accidentally bumped the little button, and this really weird song was playing, and I couldn't figure out how to get it stopped because it's just in a little corner up here. And I never did figure out that day what actually took place. The song just finally ended.
Huh.
And so then later I discovered, oh, this little button on the mouse, if you push, it's going to play whatever you're highlighted on.
I see.
Did you know that?
I didn't know.
Yeah.
No, I did not know that.
So I just accidentally pushed the button. It's kind of handy because you don't have to pull up the file or anything.
Yeah.
So I'm going to push on this one and see what happens, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right. I'm just going to push the little button in the middle of the mouse.
Okay, all right. Yeah. There you go.
administrative assistant, full-time or part-time, at Russell Title and Escrow Company.
Oh, wow. Well, I do believe you have to. Do you like to research? Because I think that's probably a big part of the job. Do researching, on titles and things like that. Are you a good researcher? Do you really dig into that?
Oh, I can Google.
Oh, well, that might be part of it.
I'm a Googler.
I don't know. You might have to go beyond Google.
Well,
like go up to the courthouse, probably and investigate and research some things.
Well, I'm familiar with a lot of the people at the courthouse. I mean,
that's true. You are.
There's the
yes.
redhead up there, and Renee over in the other office there, and other folks up there that are always real friendly to go see. I feel like I have a good working relationship with everyone except the redhead.
Oh. Well, I don't know. Listen, it never hurts to apply.
Well, this is how you do it.
Okay. Now, I'm getting nervous, though. Are you talking about just changing careers, or are you thinking of just doing this in addition to this?
Yeah, it's kind of a late life crisis.
Oh, yeah?
You have your midlife crisis.
Yeah.
This would be a little bit later.
Okay.
And maybe just seeing if I could do something different besides, the radio business.
Yeah. Well, I think you get along with people. You'd be a nice, friendly voice to talk to. That first contact when you answer the phone.
Yeah, unless I had a bad day. Oh. Because the candidates that are applying for this job at Russell Title and Escrow should demonstrate good customer service skills.
Yes.
Strong attention to detail, proficient computer skills, and the ability to multitask. Now, I can multitask, but as you said, sometimes I forget, sometimes
what task you're working on.
Sometimes I put things in the refrigerator that I don't remember why I put them in there, like, maybe a remote or something like that. But that's still multitasking. But I think there's people out there who are really good at that, who would want to apply. You work on transition of files. You'll be taking walk-ins, phone calls, day-to-day tasks, organize, work efficiently, and meet deadlines. A previous office experience and accounting skills are not required, but would be helpful. But don't not apply because you don't have that. They are looking for the right person for the job who is flexible. They also have a very flexible, family-friendly schedule as well. Paid time off, paid holidays, health plan available. Salary will be set up on experience. Kind of negotiate that. So it's office duties, research, update files, and more. Send your resume to Russell Title and Escrow Company, Post Office Box 442, Broken Bow, Nebraska 68822, or to SadieRussellTitleandEscrow.com, and that's SADYE. And this listing is on Sandhills Express. So you can take a look at all the details and get a hold of Sadie and start talking about it. Now, here's just a conversation piece to kind of show you. Say you walk in the door to an office that I'm working at. Maybe it's just, I've just taken a new job at some office. Mm-hmm. I don't know that Sadie's going to hire me, but just say I'm in an office somewhere. And you say, I'll want to mail this to you. What's the post office box here? In this case, it would be 442. And so then I would say, yeah, the 442, man, that was one sweet ride. Oldsmobile 442.
Oh, yeah.
And then we could get into a car conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. Who would you use for references?
I haven't worked for anybody else for 35 years. I don't know.
Hey, since we're on the topic of job opportunities, here's another one for you that you'll find on the employment page at sandhillsexpress.com. This is through Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership, looking for an individual to work as an infant, toddler teacher center specialist, 40-hour per week year-round position, and it's in Broken Bow. Starting pay between $20 and $23 per hour, depending on your qualifications. As you can imagine, great benefits. They are looking for someone with a Child Development Associate Certificate or an associate's or bachelor's degree in early childhood education. He would be responsible for center coordination, supervision, and teaching. For more information, you can contact CNCAP Human Resource Department at 308-745-0780. The extension is 0. Or you can apply online by going to centralnebraskacap.com.
Thank you, Brent.
You're welcome. Hey, can I share? I had a lot of fun over the weekend. A couple of weekends ago, I went and took in a day of the Custer County Men's Basketball Alumni Tournament. And this past weekend, I popped over to the North Park Elementary Gym and took in some of the Custer County Alumni Volleyball Tournament. It's fun for a guy like me to go to these things because I'm looking out there, I'm like, okay, I called your game in high school. I called your game in high school. I think there were only like 6 to 10 girls that I didn't call in high school that were competing in the tournament. But it was a lot of fun. Congratulations to Coach Skylar Morris and the Broken Bow volleyball program who kind of put this together. I think Kelsey Briggs' team was the champion.
All right, so, Kelsey, way to go.
So congratulations. It was really fun to watch. I showed up later in the day once they got into the single elimination tournament, but Skylar Morris was telling me that they had a nice group of people turn out and watch when they first got started, and she told me Billy was there at the alumni tournament, and Billy had his ace sign with him at the alumni tournament. So that's pretty great stuff. You can't help but think about memories when you go to things like that. So congratulations to everybody who competed in it. It was a lot of fun.
I bet they really enjoyed it, and folks enjoyed watching it. People like you, Brent.
Yeah.
So we want to bring this up again today. It's a very important subject. It's called mental health, and it is an issue in our country. I think most people have had discussions about it, and there's some people here in our local area that want to do something about it. So they created a website with resources that can help you or someone you know reach out to individuals and organizations that are helping people who are having mental stress and suffering from some mental issues. The website is mhpcc.org, mhpcc.org, and there's a Spanish version now as well. And there's some myths out there that you can't do anything for a person with mental health problems. Boy, is that an incorrect statement. There's so many things that can be done now if treated, but we have to get the people in to get the treatment, and including ourselves if we're having problems. It could be friends or loved ones, could be your church members, your business associates, family members, and as we mentioned, even you. So this is a resource for you at mhpcc.org. Don't wait and have something really terrible happen with someone else or yourself. mhpcc.org.
Mind if I add to that just a little bit?
Oh, go ahead.
Receive this information from the Nebraska Sports Council. May is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Great.
And they have organized what they're calling the Well Power Movement. This is in observance of Mental Health Awareness Month, and they are encouraging Nebraskans to focus on their mental well-being throughout the month of May. You can register for this movement and participate for free by going to wellpowermovement.com. They are creating a mental well-being challenge where virtual badges and actual prizes will be awarded for those who log miles converted from minutes to several mental well-being activities, including meditation, volunteering, reading, gratitude journaling, healthy sleep, group exercise, play, and more. So if you're interested in participating in this, we encourage you to check out wellpowermovement.com.
Hey, good morning to Larry Sands, who's dropped in a good morning into our chat box this morning. We'll be right back.
Why? Just think about it. Why is the #1 selling brand of chainsaws not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot? we can give you over 10,000 reasons. That's how many authorized local Stihl dealers you can find across the country. Visit one and you'll find a range of dependable gas and battery-powered tools, from trimmers to blowers. And you'll find service from experienced professionals. Real Stihl. Find yours at stihlusa.com. Lowe's and Home Depot are trademarks of their respective companies.
At the start of each season, you decide on which seed to plant. You consider the potential ROI. You factor the soil type. You find anything that tips the scales in your favor. And when it comes time to spray this season, make certain you find the right mixture that tips the scales towards a zero-tolerance approach to resistant weeds. You'll need a combination that gives you application and tank mix flexibility, as well as multiple sites of action that'll be effective beyond just this season. And when you mix Enlist One and Liberty herbicides, you'll get one of the toughest and most effective post-emergent control pairings against water hemp, Palmer amaranth, and much more. Together, Enlist One and Liberty herbicides is a combination that's mutually beneficial for you, your fields, your neighbors, and your operation for seasons to come. When united, resistant weeds fall. Visit Enlist.com to learn more.
It's 9:30. Now, I could see you running a snowplow.
You can. I can't.
I think you could do it.
I can't see that. No. I appreciate the guys who do it.
Yes.
And probably ladies too.
Oh, you know
it. Because, man, there's got to be a what's the word? A skill to to doing it. I don't know if I would have those skills.
You could do it, my friend.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Because, you're safety-minded. Got to be safety-minded to run a snowplow.
Yeah, my problem is because of my height, I don't know if I could see over the steering wheel.
Oh, they might have an air seat in there you can adjust.
Well, yeah, but then I'd be afraid that I'd have to bring it up so high that then my feet wouldn't touch the pedals. That would be bad.
That would be bad.
In all seriousness, though, Nebraska Department of Transportation is looking for highway maintenance worker in Ansley and Broken Bow. Training and career development will be provided, advancement opportunities, ample paid time off, work-life balance, comprehensive benefits package. At the Nebraska Department of Transportation, they reward their employees' hard work with a friendly and supportive work environment that encourages creativity and innovation. Now, if you'd like to apply, you need to go to this website because an online state application must be completed. So go to statejobs.nebraska.gov. The state of Nebraska is an equal opportunity, veterans preference employer.
Thank you, Brent.
Thank you, Dave.
Judy Collins is 82 today.
Wow. You know how I got introduced to Judy Collins?
No.
Sesame Street.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she appeared on Sesame Street a lot.
Isn't it rare?